Hey yo, what's good, fam? This your boy Royalty Trades. Coming tapping in with a pre-market analysis this morning. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead and sub. I'm always gonna drop you my honest due diligence. If you're returning to the channel, go ahead and hit the like button because you know I'm doing this so we all can make this money together. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. First thing first, we got the SPY up, SPY. Um, Yesterday, I told you guys to look for resistance above the 607 level. And as you can see, it got up all the way to hitting right above 607.77. And we started rolling back over. So as of right now, pre-market, we're looking at filling this gap right here. It's right above yesterday's opening price. So it looks like we're gonna end up filling this gap down to the downside, um, down to like 603. So got the 30-minute charts pulled up right now. So yeah, we should see it come down to about right there, and then you can see another level fill right about there as we start moving down and after we fill this gap. So what I'll be watching for, once this gap right here gets filled, we should have some type of support or relief around this first area, unless we just get something else that comes out and decides it wants to push prices down even lower. Um, I'm not sure how long it's going to take to fill this gap. I say it might be next week, but who knows? It just depends on how this breaks down. Once it starts filling here, sometimes we get the little chain reaction and it just keeps going down. And then sometimes we get the feel, we get the little support levels here, and we pop back up to the upside, and we retest these levels as long as it doesn't gap down too much. So um, what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch for any retest back up here. Any retest back up here above 607, we're gonna play it back to the downside, just because we know it's gonna struggle pulling weight up here. Just because we saw it up here, you're gonna see it struggle to pull weight up here and eventually curl back down to the downside and keep retesting this gap fill level too. So um, back above 608, 607.50, 608, take push back down. um, I have support still down here at about 594, which lines up with a very bottom gap fill here at 592.50. So this will probably take some news in order to get the prices down here, but we got a partial gap fill right here too at 598.29. Like I said, this is kind of like a staircase. So you'll see it come down here, and we may watch it consolidate, and then we may see another move down, and then finally that. So top is around 608, bottom is around 594ish as we continue to navigate this Trump injected market. So Qs are next. Um, Looks like Qs are already starting to fill their gap to the downside. So we should see some levels of support in these two areas right here. So Qs have actually, in my opinion, been leading the market, just because of all the AI, the 500 billion, I believe it was, that Trump said he was gonna throw towards AI. So Qs today, I had a top around 538.50. We possibly could still see that. I'm not gonna say that it's just all the way down from now. This is a bullish supply level. I mean, a bullish gap fill, demand level. So at any time, this can continue to push back to the upside. This could partial fill. It's a lot of different scenarios that can happen, but if we do fill this completely to the downside, I got support at 523, which that should fill everything up. We do have another gap fill here at, let's see, 514 and another one at 505. So remember what I said. Sometimes these gap fills can cause a chain reaction. Some type of news comes out to follow, some type of data or some of that nature that causes us to have that chain reaction feel here, feel there, and then over a couple of days we feel down to the 505 too. Or it just could be levels to it. So if we get this full fill here, I got support right here at 523. We'll see the fill come down, and then we could watch it come right back up. Just depends on what type of data comes out, what type of news catalyst is affecting the market. So like I said, we have support here at 523, and I still got my very top target up here at 539. It was 538. I'm gonna make it move to about 539ish. So if we open a little bit lower though, I'm gonna be honest, we could see some type of supply form around here since it's dropping way below yesterday's closing price at 531. So if it does drop down and we get a bearish gap fill supply level here, we could see a actual rejection up here and then a move back down. So watch to see how low this opens when the bell rings and see how far away it pulls away from yesterday's closing price. And we could see a rejection back up here and then more move down as we go into the end of the week. So just keep that in mind, family, and we'll see how that plays out. Last, or not last, next up is NVDA. So NVIDIA did exactly what we wanted to see it do yesterday. I told you guys be careful because it was extremely high, even though it had room to push. So NVIDIA is kind of tough to read just because of how sporadic it is. You see a lot of trading activity between 141 and 130. You kind of see a little bit up here around the 151 range, but right now we're just gonna keep our eyes on this consolidation between 147 and 140. So let's lock in on a 5-minute chart. So we've seen a few retests up here on this trend line here. It briefly broke above this 147.50 range, and then we've seen it roll back over, and now it's some profit taking. The market kind of got exhausted. I was talking to the Discord yesterday, and we took a look at SMH, and it was filling a supply level, and it wanted to come down. So that was my reasoning for watching this, because I knew that SMH was eventually going to tap out. So what we're seeing today is probably some profit taking, markets coming down lower. A lot of euphoria was filled into the market with semiconductors going into the AI news. So as of right now, we're still going to watch for this 147, 148 level to be the level that we want to watch prices rejected. And also, kind of like you saw with the Qs and the SPY, prices are starting to come down. So we're looking to fill this gap between 143.65 and 141. So what that means is we're still going to hold this support level right here. And this is between 139.60 and 138.80. Same thing that I showed you guys on the Qs. If we open this far down away from yesterday's closing price of 147.03, this is going to create a bearish gap. Let's just say if it did open like this. So this is going to feel, this is going to create a bearish supply level. And what end up happening is wherever prices decide to open it, it's probably to fluctuate before the bell actually opens. So what we'll see is this will be the bottom wherever the prices open it. We can see prices retest anywhere from where it opens back up to the opening price or yesterday's closing price, and then we'll see prices come back down. And what this does, it puts the market back in limbo, because you will see prices consolidate between this 147 and then this 141. So just be careful. Market has ran pretty well over the past couple of days since Trump stepped into office. We've seen Netflix push, seen Oracle move. We've seen a lot of stocks move very quickly, very fast. So you just have to be mindful. The prices are still kind of dropping. So it just all depends where this opens up. Look for rejections around 147. We may still try to attempt this 147.75, but I'll just keep my eyes open for a rejection around yesterday's closing price and back down to this 139.75 to 139 support area down here. Just checking a little bit further, we do have another unfilled gap around 134. So just be mindful of that, but we're going to play what's in front of us right now and see how the market recovers at these current price levels. So last but not least, I'm going to do Tesla. All right, so 30 minutes shows that we had a nice little trend that was forming, uptrend that was forming here that I was liking. You had a support level here, a retest, and then we're getting another one coming into here. So right now the levels going into this, we can see it retest this up here at this 141. So we could have seen a retest at 140, 141, which is, that's kind of where it rejected at last time on Friday. But I have support. Support to be down here around, let's see, 400, 401, 400, which that'll give us this gap fill down to this 399 range. So looking at Tesla on a bigger level, do have a couple of gap fills. Earnings is right around the corner on the 29th. So we could see a volatile market. It's a couple of stocks that have earnings coming up next week. Apple, I think Microsoft, I think it's a couple of more. But right, as of right now, we're gonna pay attention on. Watch this gap fill down to 399. We may see. Let's see. All right, so I'll just draw that right there. And um, this could be another trend that we see prices actually come down to and want to bounce around. Um, and let's just say it does come down, we see it drop all the way down, fill this 399. You may see a little overreaction, and then it comes around this 393, 394 area and bounce back to the upside, unless everything just completely falls apart. So you can see it fill and come down here and then come back up and retest yesterday's closing price at 415. So just taking a look at it, we we haven't seen as much as of a sell-off as we have on like NVDA that we just looked at. The prices haven't dropped as drastically from yesterday's closing price. So this could be something that holds the market up. If semiconductors just fail, we'll see prices hold up a little bit better, or this will recover a little bit faster than the semiconductors would going into today. So something to be mindful of, something to keep your eye out for. I got tops around 440, 441, and then I got a bottom support level here around 401, 416. So that's all I got today, family. Just a quick four tickers to look at. These are my usual. Shout out to After Hours, all the people that's on there that enjoy the technical analysis and the due diligence. Discord members, you know how we gonna do. I've been starting this new thing, $100 in, $20 out, just to see how much money we can just pump out, just taking $20 profits. And this is just a habit from a book that I've been reading called Atomic Habits. This is just something that I'm coming up with just to get people used to taking profits and not YOLOing so much. And after you just get so used to taking profits, when you see them, you just start getting that feeling that money compounds and it adds up. You don't have to get everything in one big pot. You feel me? Everything just doesn't have to come in one big tray. You can actually, trim, take profit, especially when you have a market like this to where it's still a roller coaster ride. You still have moves up and then you still have moves down. Big roller coaster ride. So when we have major dips, then you can take that money and you can put it into something. If you like certain stocks like Apple, you can take that money and then you can start dumping it in the Apple. Because I mean, even though it's been getting punished, especially with this stuff going on with China and the tariffs and stuff like that, Apple's going to eventually come back. I mean, it's going to come back. So uh, definitely take profits when you see them, family. There's nothing wrong with it. The money adds up. It all works the same way. It just might not be a ton of cash at one time, but just get used to taking profits when you have them. So that way you don't let a nice green day go red. So um, let's get to it. Finna go ahead and work on you guys level some more on the rest of the market, and I'll tap in with you guys when the bell opens. See y'all.